Cześć Wam, witam na kanale John w Polsce i na styczniową oraz lutowym edycji serii English Just For You, gdzie analizujemy 5 błędów w języku angielskim. Po czym będzie John's Random Questions, czyli losowe pytania Johna z tego pudła. Także zapraszam. Pozostała część tego nagrania jest w języku angielskim. Hello, I'm John and welcome to my channel John's Box and to the winter edition of English Just For You, where we look at and analyze the mistakes in these 5 questions, plus there's a bonus one, rather not questions but sentences, forgive me, after which we'll delve into this box of random questions from everywhere, from a lot of my students. That'll follow the sentence analysis. So let's crack on and let's look at the first sentence, which is on the one side, on the other side, Well, problem here is the word side, because perhaps in a few languages it could be side, just like in Polish, z jednej strony, z drugiej strony. But in the English language we use hands, not sides. So we say on the one hand, on the other hand, For example, on the one hand, she's a very mean lady, but on the other hand, she always dresses very smartly. So that's sentence number 1. We'll have a look at sentence number 2. Sentence number 2 then, which is, she gave me $20. I spent them on chocolate. Problem concerns the object pronoun them. It's money. Money is not countable as such, so we give it the singular personal pronoun. So instead of them, we need to use the object pronoun it. So the sentence should read, she gave me $20, I spent it on chocolate, or whatever I spent it on. That's sentence number 2. Sentence number 3, which reads, I already did my homework. There's 2 things here. Here, we're not so much interested in the time as we are in the action and its result. So we need to use what we call present perfect tense. So instead of did, we need to use have. And we need to also change the position of already, which goes after the auxiliary have, or it can go at the end of the sentence. So the sentence should read, in fact, I have already done my homework, using the past participle of did, or I have already done, or I have done my homework already. So both positions there are correct. That is sentence number 3. We shall now look at sentence number 4. Sentence number 4, which reads, he's not so good as the younger boy. The younger boy is better than him. Well, the problem concerns the word so, and in the English language we need here to put the as. So therefore the sentence should read, he's not as good as the younger boy. The younger boy's better. Or you could say he's worse than the younger boy. You could use the alternative comparative there. That's sentence number 4. We'll now go on to the final sentence. Sentence number 5. I'm agree with you. The mistake here concerns the verb to be being used with an action, with a verb here. So you could say, of course, I am happy, I am sad, I'm a teacher, to be. But with a verb, we use the I or the subject, just a simple subject, personal subject. So it would read, or it should read, I agree with you. That is sentence number 5. We haven't finished yet because there is a bonus. There is a bonus sentence which I want you to resolve in the comments. It reads, advices are always good from him. So if you could tell me what the mistakes are in this sentence. There are 2 words which are wrong, and the second mistake depends on the first mistake. If you could put that in the comments as well. Okay, so that's the bonus sentence. We're now going to go on to John's random questions. So what are John's random questions, you may ask? Well, over the years, my students have, a lot of my students who I still teach or no longer teach, have put together all sorts of questions about everything and nothing, which I'm going to attempt to answer in some ways. And we'll make up a name for these ones for each of the students who have given me the question. This one is from Thomas. How often do you eat ice cream? Thomas asks. In the summer, quite often, almost every day perhaps, especially on a hot day. Although it is said that we should also eat ice cream in the winter, and it's even healthier than eating it in the summer because of the perhaps the temperature variation. So I would say quite often in the summer, between May and October perhaps, but not so much. In the winter, I should eat more in the winter. So that's the first question. Let's have a look at another question. I wonder what they're going to ask me next. Question number 2 is from Susie. What's your favourite kind of music? It's quite a popular question that I'm asked. You know, I like everything. You could say from ABBA to ZZ Top, from A to Z. If it sounds good, I like it, regardless of regardless of whether it's jazz, hip hop, blues, rock, heavy metal, you name it. If it's a good piece, it sort of sounds nice with some cool lyrics. That's the kind of music which I can call my favourite. So that's question number 2. Let's look at question number 3 now, from Cindy. Do you know when concrete was used first time? I think I remember this one. I think it's much earlier than we think. Concrete is a mixture of sand, water, have some coffee, sand, water and cement. I reckon it was a few thousand years ago. I think we might have to Google this one actually. When was concrete first used? Let's check. Let's cheat here. Weird question. So the evolution, 600 BC. Yeah, 6,500 years before Christ. The earliest recordings of concrete structures date back to 6,500 BC by the Nabatea traders in the regions of Syria and Jordan. They created floors, housing structures, and underground systems. Did they have concrete? There's another question. Of course they did. When was concrete first used in Britain? The first known major use of concrete in 19th century Britain was by Sir Robert Smirke, what a name, at Millbank Penitentiary, which was built between 1817 and 1822. He underset the walls with lime concrete to a depth of 3.7 to 5.5 meters. There you have it. So that's the third question. Fourth question then. Maybe we'll take a yellow question from Anna. What do you like doing in a free time? What do you like doing in your free time? Asks Anna. Well, making YouTube videos, editing them, running in the spring, summer, autumn, working in the garden, taking my dog for a walk, and everything. Doing even crosswords. I do crosswords as well. Everything not to do nothing. That's what I do. And the last question from Samuel. Why trees aren't pink? Why aren't trees pink? Samuel asks. Well, because they are brown and green, and sometimes they have flowers on them. I think the answer is connected with biology and science, sunlight, air, and all of that stuff. I'm sure the answer is there. The answer lies somewhere there, and if you're a smart ass, perhaps in the comments you can tell me why trees aren't pink, but it's trees, their leaves are green and they flower. Okay, so that's the end of John's random questions and English Just For You. I'm now an official YouTube partner. Please support this channel by liking and subscribing to it if you don't already do so. If you don't like it, then put the thumbs down. You know, this is the democracy, freedom of speech. If you have any other questions regarding the sentences, put them in the comments. And I'll see you again in the spring edition of English Just For You in April. Thank you very much for sticking to the end, and bye.